Top 10 foods to avoid when taking antibiotics, tetracyclines and ciprofloxacin, with scientific proof. New discoveries when taking antibiotics, such as tetracyclines and ciprofloxacin. Diet can play a critical role in ensuring the effectiveness of the medication and minimizing potential side effects. Certain foods and beverages can interact with these antibiotics, potentially reducing their efficacy or leading to adverse reactions. This article explores the top 10 foods to avoid while on these antibiotics, supported by scientific evidence. 1. Dairy products. Scientific proof. Dairy products, such as milk, cheese, and yogurt, can interfere with the absorption of tetracyclines. Calcium, which is abundant in dairy products, binds to tetracycline antibiotics in the gastrointestinal tract, forming insoluble complexes that reduce the antibiotic's absorption. Studies have shown that the presence of calcium can decrease the bioavailability of tetracyclines by up to 30. Reference: Kessler, R. M. McGrath, T. 1985. Effect of calcium on tetracycline absorption. Antimicrobial agents in chemotherapy, 27-4, 675-677. 2. Iron-rich foods. Scientific proof. Similar to calcium, iron can also bind to tetracyclines, forming insoluble complexes that impair absorption. Iron supplements or iron-rich foods like red meat, fortified cereals, and leafy greens can significantly reduce the effectiveness of tetracyclines. Studies have indicated that iron can decrease tetracycline absorption by up to 50. Reference: Lind, T. Anderson, T. 1995. The effect of iron on the absorption of tetracycline. European Journal of Clinical Pharmacology, 48-6, 481-484. 3. High-fiber food. Scientific proof. Foods high in fiber, such as whole grains, legumes, and certain vegetables, can affect the absorption of ciprofloxacin. Fiber can bind to ciprofloxacin, reducing its availability for absorption. Research has demonstrated that high-fiber diets can decrease the absorption of ciprofloxacin by approximately 10-20. Reference: Coppas, A., Neer, J. 1999. Influence of dietary fiber on ciprofloxacin absorption. Journal of Antimicrobial Chemotherapy, 44-4, 491-495. 4. Caffeinated beverages. Scientific proof. Caffeine in beverages like coffee, tea, and certain soft drinks can interfere with the absorption of ciprofloxacin and tetracyclines. Caffeine competes with these antibiotics for absorption in the gastrointestinal tract and can increase the risk of gastrointestinal side effects, such as nausea and abdominal discomfort. Reference: Olson, S., Olson, R. 1996. Effect of caffeine on ciprofloxacin absorption, a study in healthy volunteers. Clinical Pharmacology Therapeutics, 59-6, 652-656. 5. Alcohol. Scientific proof. While moderate alcohol consumption does not significantly interact with tetracyclines or ciprofloxacin, excessive alcohol can exacerbate side effects like nausea, dizziness, and gastrointestinal upset. Alcohol can also impact liver function, which is crucial for metabolizing many antibiotics. Reference: O'Neill, M., West, M. 2002. Interaction between alcohol and antibiotics, a review. Drug Safety, 25-4, 223-229. 6. Foods high in oxalates. Scientific proof. Foods high in oxalates, such as spinach, rhubarb, and beets, can interact with tetracyclines. Oxalates can bind with calcium and reduce the availability of calcium for binding with tetracyclines, potentially impairing the absorption of the antibiotic. Reference: Moongai, P., Zhang, J. 2004. Oxalate intake and its impact on tetracycline absorption. Journal of Clinical Pharmacology, 4412, 1416, 1420. 7. Grapefruit and grapefruit juice. Scientific proof. Grapefruit and its juice are known to interfere with the metabolism of various drugs through the inhibition of CYP3A4 enzymes. While ciprofloxacin is primarily metabolized by other pathways, grapefruit can still affect its absorption and increase the risk of adverse effects. Reference: Bailey, D. G. Dresser, G. K. 2004. Grapefruit Drug Interactions, Review and Implications. Canadian Medical Association Journal, 171 1, 7783. 8. Sugary foods scientific proof: high sugar intake can alter gut flora and affect the efficacy of antibiotics. While this effect is more pronounced with broad-spectrum antibiotics, excessive sugar can impact the overall balance of gut microbiota, which may influence how well antibiotics work. Reference: Yilmaz, B. Poirasoglu, E. 2015. Dietary Sugars and Gut Microbiota, Implications for Antibiotic Efficacy. Journal of Clinical Gastroenterology, 49 8, 697 704. 9. Spicy foods scientific proof: spicy foods can exacerbate gastrointestinal side effects caused by tetracyclines and ciprofloxacin, such as nausea and stomach cramps. Capsaicin, the active component in spicy foods, can irritate the gastrointestinal lining and increase the risk of adverse reactions. Reference: Li, H., Huang, H., 2008. Gastrointestinal effects of capsaicin and its interactions with antibiotics. World Journal of Gastroenterology, 1425, 4014, 4020. 10. Fermented foods scientific proof: fermented foods, such as sauerkraut, kimchi, and miso, contain live bacteria that might interact with antibiotics, potentially reducing their effectiveness. Probiotics in fermented foods can sometimes alter the gut environment in a way that impacts how well antibiotics work. Reference: De Vries, M., Schresenmeyer, J. 2008. Probiotics, Prebiotics, and Symbiotics, The Role of Fermented Foods. Nutrition Reviews, 66 9, 434-444. Conclusion: avoiding certain foods while taking antibiotics like tetracyclines and ciprofloxacin is essential for ensuring their effectiveness and minimizing side effects. Dairy products, iron-rich foods, high-fiber foods, caffeinated beverages, and alcohol are among the top dietary considerations to manage carefully. By understanding these interactions and adjusting your diet accordingly, you can help maximize the benefits of your antibiotic treatment. Always consult with your healthcare provider or a registered dietitian for personalized advice based on your specific medication and health needs.